Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers and fellow rebels, and welcome to another video. Right then, so, you know how I am about the police at the moment. It seems to be the hot topic because it needs to be. I'm currently collating, that's a big word, information to just show you how many police have or are leaving the force and how many police officers are away on sick leave due to stress, which I'll cover in another video, but there's a lot of numbers, a lot of figures, and I want to get everything from reputable sources, and most of it I'm actually getting from the Police Federation themselves. That'll be coming soon. But obviously the spotlight's on the police, and we've had, this nice little article come up where it says, the police are recording too many hate crimes, Watchdog warns. Right, now, I have a big issue with this, is the fact that it is, as I've covered it before, it was what a non-incident hate crime. So basically, and it's now an oink. And basically what it is they're non-crimes. Now, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as everybody else should be concerned, and as far as the law's concerned, if it's a non-crime, the police should not be touching it with a cattle prod. But of course, it's all about suppression of people, isn't it? And the kowtowing and bowing down to people whose feelings get hurt. That's what it's all about. So here we go. They've been talking about it. So, a report by the Inspector of Constabulary found officers taking actions that may appear to contradict common sense, incorrectly classifying some incidents. Colour me shocked. The police are recording too many hate crime incidents and getting involved in disputes that include hurt feelings. Remember, that includes the police when one of them got called a lesbian nan. You look like my lesbian nana. Because now we don't have hard-ass police officers. We have bullied children who've now gone into the police force, who are power-hungry, power-mad, and are as fragile as the egg I just ate earlier on for Tina. The Watchdog has warned in a new report. Officers are having to take action that may appear to contradict common sense, and there is a culture of, if in doubt, record a crime. Andy Cook, His Majesty's Chief Inspector of Constabulary, said, a sample of 120 cases of non-crime incidents. Right, please make it make sense. If it's a non-crime, why are the police doing anything with it? If it's not breaking any laws, therefore it's not a crime, why is it being recorded? Is it being recorded because it serves a purpose, or is it actually being recorded because it makes them look like they're doing something to kowtow and bow down, take the knee to the protected organisations that scream and cry when they're being victimised, but are okay to do it themselves? And I think it's the second one, but you let me know in the comments section. Found that 30 should not have been recorded at all. The report examined whether the police are too politically correct. Yes, they are, and it's the College of Policing that's telling them to be so. We've covered this on many occasions, and I'm sure we'll continue to cover it for as long as I'm a free person. Any case, in one case, police recorded a non-crime hate incident there, NCHI, which is now an OINC, OINC, which is, so I can't remember it. It's on the other video. I can't remember off the top of my head. After a man reported the passenger on the bus for giving him funny looks due to his ethnic appearance. You see, that's what the problem is. No crime occurred at all. It is somebody taking offence at somebody looking at them the wrong way. Now, you can't ban hate. As much as you don't like it, as much as it is a disgusting thing for people, hate is a human emotion. It is as simple as you can't ban love, jealousy, anger, frustration, joy, misery. These are all human emotions that we have built into us from birth. Okay? So you can't, and people get offended. Someone's looking at me funny. So what? Nothing has happened to you. So you then get the police being dragged off from doing, well, they don't even do crime anymore, let's be honest. You have a problem and you don't see them. But they're too busy chasing after this patheticness. What should go over and say, no offence, mate, fucking give your head a wobble, sort your shit out, because you're being an idiot. Now jog on. Cook said the officer who took the call didn't consider whether the matter was trivial, irrational or malicious and may have unnecessarily recorded an NCHI, which I've said you won't get told about but does go on your record. So if you go for a DBS check, you're going to have a problem. Another case identified in the report was a man who complained that he was discriminated against due to his ethnicity after a bank cashier followed an anti-money laundering protocols to question the origin of the money from a man who tried to deposit a large amount of cash. So you're doing it because I'm black. No, I'm doing it because that's the rules. The report was commissioned in September last year by Sorella Braverman when she was Home Secretary, after she said officers were pandering to politically correct causes such as taking the knee. She's absolutely 100% correct. Now we got this idiot in charge who's just a waste of air. She ordered a new code of conduct which came into effect in June, which introduced a higher threshold for recording NCHIs. Under the code, NCHIs would be recorded only if it was clearly motivated by intentional hostility and where there's a real risk of escalation causing significant harm or a criminal offence. No, it shouldn't be recorded at all as anything other than a note on a log. Because that, again, is open to interpretation because these things aren't clear. But if it is a non-crime, then the police should not be getting involved. It's just another way of suppressing people. Despite the new guidance, the number of NCHIs recorded by the police has risen. Colour me shocked, because the College of Policing, the school, tells them that's what they've got to do. They're brainwashed and told that that's the way they've got to be, even not questioning the fact that it's actually got non-crime in the title. Yvette Cooper, waste of air, the Home Secretary, is planning to reverse the changes and restore the requirements for police officers to record NCHIs in an attempt to crack down on the significant rise of anti-Semitism, and Islamophobia. That's what it is, because we got to protect the Muslims. Not my words, the Prime Minister's words. We will protect the Muslim community. It's got nothing to do with the Jewish community. They don't care about them. It's only protecting that. And Islamophobia, as I've said 1,000 times before, is a word that's been created to make it impossible to constructively criticise an ancient and barbaric religion. Islamophobia is actually a blasphemy law through the back door. There isn't a Christianophobia, there isn't a Roman Catholic phobia, there isn't a Jewish phobia, a Hindu phobia, a Sikh phobia, a Buddhist phobia. No, there's just an Islamophobia because it is blasphemy through the back door. In the report, the police watchdog blamed a risk-averse culture that led to unnecessary and incorrect recording of NCHIs and hate crimes. It's not a crime. If it's a non-crime, it's not a crime. The report identified significant inconsistencies in how NCHIs were recorded between the 43 police forces in England and Wales. Like all these have committed a hate crime. But no, they're protected. Yeah. Officers who were policing, I'm reading the bit here. Officers who were policing the pro-Palestine protest were told not to use certain shops in case they were seen to endorse retailers with affirmations of a particular side. Yeah, okay. Yeah. The report found that some forces cannot even distinguish between non-hate crimes and hate crimes. No, because the police force itself has blurred it. So there isn't anything. The police force, in its creation and its existence now as a police state, have blurred the lines. There's just crime. There's no such thing as non-hate, non-crime. Non-crime is nothing. Yeah? If I'm driving at 70 miles an hour, does that mean I get a non-crime speeding offence? Because I'm at 70 miles an hour. There's the intent that I might go to 72 miles an hour, but so I should be pulled over and booked for a non-crime speeding offence because there's the intention possibility that I may go over the speed limit. That's how stupid it is. Yeah? If I pick up a bottle of oil, which just happens to be here by bike oil, yeah, and I walk towards the door, should I be stopped and have a non-crime shoplifting offence? I mean, I haven't actually done anything yet, but there's a potential that I may not pay for this. This is how ridiculous, stupid, and clown-like it is. It said they record and attend more of these incidents more than they need to. The report also found that police force were allowing officers to wear rainbow lanyards, saying that in some cases it causes negative comments and perception among members of the public. Yes, because you're supposed to police without fear or favour. If you're wearing a sign, that's showing favour. However, it was acknowledged that it may help recruitment areas in high number of LGBT people. Bullshit! It doesn't. Absolutely doesn't. Not so ever. The report also said due to the Equality Act 2010, subsequent case law, such as issues as veganism as a protected characteristic and having their own officers support group. This is how screwed up we've got. Make it make sense. How are vegans a protected characteristic? We've just literally gone off into flipping doolally land. And the police are being brainwashed into believing that if I criticise a vegan, I've committed a non-hate crime, a non-crime hate incident. How? Jesus Christ. It also found that under public sector equality duty, police chiefs had an obligation to consider whether an officer who claimed they were gender fluid should be given multiple warrant cards and policies that would allow persons to search a member of the opposite biological sex. And you wonder why things are like they are. You wonder why the police are such arseholes. Officers who were policing pro-Palestine protests were told not to use certain shops in case they proceed to endorse who retailers had affiliation with either side on the issue. Rubbish, they do in any case. We know they take sides. We know two-tier policing exists. It's blatantly obvious. It's also blatantly obvious the police have lost the plot. Although the report was commissioned by Braverman, it found that she was wrong to publicly criticise the Metropolitan Police over its handling of pro-Palestine protests. What? It's double standards, absolutely. And in a piece she wrote in the Times accusing them of double standards ultimately led to a sacking. You mean where she told the absolute God honest truth? And it's only got worse. The report criticised police force for providing inconsistencies, unclear clearance, and whether staff could wear badges, lanyards or flags of a contested political issue. No, they were never allowed in the first place. They're not allowed to have political points of view. They're supposed to go without fear or favour. It recommended that Chief Constables should provide clear direction on their workforce by 31st of March next year, which is going to be this year, which is already passed. It said that use of symbols such as poppy and rainbow risk misrepresentation. No, they should be allowed to wear the poppy. Everybody should wear the poppy. And you're wearing that because while one person sees it as a badge of sign of support of a particular group, others may see it as wearing that isn't impartial. The poppy is a universal symbol to remember war dead. That's because only one particular group of people, Alan Snackbar, object to it. So that is kowtowing, bowing and taking the knee to the we must protect the Muslim community. Yes, Keir Starmer? Indeed. In one force, an officer was seen colleagues wearing rainbow-coloured lanyards made some recruits feel that there was an inclusive force, while in another force, the interview said that arriving at the incident in rainbow-livered police cars resulted in negative comments to the members of the public. Yeah, because you're supposed to turn up in a freaking police car, not something from flipping rainbow. It's a laughing stock. You do realise that the world laughs at our police force. We created the police force. We were, like everything else, the pinnacle. We were the pinnacle of the armed forces. We're not now. We were the pinnacle of policing. We're not now. Everybody laughs at us. And you're doing it to, and the thing is, the reason it gets negative comments is because you are showing, your tagline is, and old Keir Starlin says it himself, The police will police without fear or favour. Without fear or favour. You turn up in a rainbow car, you're showing favour to one organisation and not to anyone else. It's not rocket science at all. The report found that even when clear policies were in place, they were not strictly enforced by the force, with inspectors noting they saw officers wearing badges that the forces didn't allow. So why the friggin' hell didn't you say something? Oh, I know, because you're a bunch of livered idiots, cowards. The report also criticised politicians for rushing to make statements that affect the public perception of police impartiality without having all the facts. The police are not impartial. We've seen now thousands of hours of video showing them not to be impartial at all. The inspector referred to a high-profile incident in which officer told Gideon Falter, the chief executive campaign against anti-Semitism, that his openly Jewish appearance risked breaching the peace at a protest earlier this year. The clip sparked outrage and called for the officers to resign, with the source in Downing Street claiming Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister at the time, was appalled by their conduct. The report claims that the full footage, extended footage, which was released over a week later, showed the officer had acted with patience and professionalism. But he still said it. He said that your openly Muslim appearance is breaching the peace. Tutia. Even that's an example of it. Andy Cook said his report showed the police were getting involved in disputes they should not do so. Correct. He said the police are not the thought police. They are now 100% the thought police. 100%. It's 1984. 100% state police, Stasi, Gestapo, whatever you want to call them. I've given some examples of non-hate crime. If it's non-hate, it's not a crime. It's non-hate crime. If it's non-crimes, it's not a crime. So if it's not a crime, it's a non-crime. Go away. It's got nothing to do with you. Police should not get involved. It's common sense. Don't be stupid. The police operate in a very difficult scenario where decisions are being made against a complex and quickly changing environment where political contested issues change quite frequently. Yeah, but the thing is, you don't have to change anything. You have the law. You know what the crimes are that when you break that law. That's it. That's all you should do. Doesn't matter who they are, the colour of their skin, their sexuality, what religion they believe in. If you break a law, you've broke a law. End of. There shouldn't be any need to blur it or what about. And if they cry because they got arrested because they're a knobhead, so be it. This is the world we live in. This is why the police are so hated. And this is why people like myself will continue to draw attention to the fact that you need to make it make sense in your own heads, because we've got this, and we've also got the fact that, as I reported in another video, where Manchester's senior police thing want to just find out who released the CCTV so they can just fuck off the officers. It's madness. Any case, enough of that. I'm done. So, until the next one.
This once great nation, you arrived by time with its crushed popularity.